This is where your faith comes in. Help, I've fallen and I can't get up. As I slumped to my knees praying, crying out to God, all I could hear him say was, "O ye of little faith, my child, why do you doubt me and the things I have and will continue to do for you?" And I said, "God, even though I know you would never leave me without lights or be without a roof over my head, clothes on my back, or food on my table, I do sometimes have little faith, and I do wonder why. Why do I go through what I go through when I serve you faithfully, when life will get easy for me? When will I reach the top of the ladder without being knocked back down? When will I have a peaceful night's sleep and wake up and not dread the day that faces me? When will I feel like you have not forgotten me or left me behind?" And God said, "I told you serving me wouldn't be easy. I also told you people would talk about you and turn their backs on you. But I also told you that if you had faith as a grain of a mustard seed, nothing would be impossible for you to handle. O ye of little faith, my child." On days you feel like you're drowning with no lifesaver in sight, this is where your faith comes in. When you feel like the whole world is on your shoulders and if one more thing got put on them, you wouldn't be able to stand on your feet, this is where your faith comes in. When you look around and wonder when did everything go sideways and why things aren't going good for you, this is where your faith comes in. When you feel like you're constantly getting knocked down, talked about, mistreated, and wonder why you feel like you're lost in this game called life, this is where your faith comes in. If you're constantly wondering why you can't get ahead and why this person seems to be doing better than you but don't praise God like you, this is where your faith comes in. When your heart is aching and tears are coming down your face and you feel like there is no hope, this is where your faith comes in. When you're on your knees wondering why this is happening to you, trying to cry out to God but nothing would come out, this is where your faith comes in. When you've worked all week and you're hoping you've made enough to cover the bills, this is where your faith comes in. When you feel like the whole world against you and you can't seem to get anything right, this is where your faith comes in. When you feel like, if I have one more day like this, you feel broke down, busted, and disgusted, this is where your faith comes in. When your kids are acting up and you wonder, where did I go wrong raising them, this is where your faith comes in. Then God said, "My child, on days you felt you were alone, those were the days I carried you. Now give me your hand, wipe those tears, and rise to your feet. It's time for you to be a soldier in my army and be all I called you to be. It's time for your faith to come in."
Yeah.